Fabrications. Teaser. Fade in. Exterior interstate through rolling country. Evening. The sun is half set behind a mountainous horizon. A line of 6 or 7 18-wheelers sits diagonally parked in a roadside rest area, waiting to get the sun out of their driver's eyes. 2 rigs pull out and head west. A driver walks around his flatbed rig, pushing on its chains in the fading light. Exterior interstate through foothills. Night. A row of big rigs creeps up into the mountains, their lights shining on ponderosas and boulders by the slow vehicle lane. Exterior interstate highway through mountain forest. Night. An older Kenworth diesel with sleeper approaches on a deserted stretch of highway. Operatic music comes from the cab. The diesel pulls a flatbed with a load of machinery in the middle chained down under a tarp. Folded tarps are strapped down on a toolbox. Tire chains swing from the headboard. Inside, the cab driver sings along. Interior, Terry's truck cab. Night. Terry Easley, 35, has opera on a CD player jury rig through the slot where a radio once lived. He's a wiry guy in a flannel-lined denim jacket and mesh-backed cap.
Alerta.
Insert, temperature gauge. His knuckle raps on it, but it doesn't budge from near the red. Terry's ignition keys have a nautical boy fob. Truck cab.
Whoa, hang in there. Just a bit more. Coming to a downhill.
Terry listens raptly to the music. A photo of a sport fishing boat is prominent on the dashboard. A sportsman's trunk is strapped down with bungees between the bucket seats. The cab is more untidy than dirty, but for a few fast food bags. Exterior highway. Night. The 18-wheeler crests a hill and starts a long downgrade. Truck cab.
See, I told you. Easy running.
Terry scrunches his back and hums to the music. He pours coffee from a thermos into a mug on the trunk. He upshifts.
Just get me to Poulin and oil change is all yours, I promise. Check you out real good. Check out...
He upshifts again. The gears grind.
Your clutch, too. We are not going into Georgia Overdrive tonight.
Terry's point of view. Headlights shine. A flatbed rig comes around a distant curve. Intercut, Terry's point of view, cab interior, exterior of both rigs. He takes a quick swallow of coffee.
What? There's a stranger in our midst.
The other rig is coming up the grade, in the wrong lane.
Traveling light and making a very lazy turn. Pull it over, buddy.
Terry downshifts and brakes. The rig is closer. Terry's high beams flash continually.
Now would be good. Any time now.
Terry pulls the air horn lanyard. A couple of short blasts, then a long one. His eyes scan the shoulder on either side. Terry's side of the road is a cliff face. The other side is a sheer drop beyond the guardrail.
Oh, brother.
Terry downshifts savagely. The gear shift vibrates his arm.
Come on, damn it.
The other rig is still headed at him. Terry taps the brakes and coaxes his rig toward the wrong but free lane. His tires kiss the yellow line. The other rig is very close, much too close.
Easy now. Please don't fold on me.
Terry eases the wheel a little more, downshifting again. His air horn sounds repeatedly. Terry is in the other lane. The 2 rigs pass inches apart. The other rig swerves at the last minute and punches through the guardrail on the inside curve, scraping to a stop against the cliff wall. Terry's cab screeches against the guardrail on the outside shoulder of the curve. He slams the brakes on all the way. His flatbed swings over to the guardrail. He strains to slow the rig by holding it against the rail. Terry turns his rig back into the road. The flatbed crumples up the guardrail. His rig comes to a rest with one set of the cab's rear wheels hanging over the cliff. Terry unfastens his seatbelt. He opens the door and steps out cautiously onto the guardrail. A 300-foot chasm yawns in the moonlight below. He checks the position of his trailer wheels with a flashlight.
Sweet Jesus! And on the plus side...
He grabs a fire extinguisher and climbs out the other door. Exterior, highway, night. He pockets the flashlight and runs up the road. The other rig is a flatbed also. It carries a short container mounted up close behind its headboard. The container carries a wordless, wavy water logo in blue. A grizzled driver, 60, a bald, bearded man wearing a straw cowboy hat knocked askew, sits dazed and motionless. Terry checks the older tractor's idling engine quickly. He pops the hood latch cautiously but relaxes. It's okay. He sets the fire extinguisher down and climbs up to the cab.
You okay? Come on, get out of there.
He opens the door. Terry helps the driver down onto his step. He has a gash on his head.
Gotta keep going. Time's running.
You're not going anywhere, pal. Let's take a look at that head. Shit, now I'll get my first aid kit.
No, it's all right. Leave me alone. Salt. You got salt?
What? Salt? What are you talking about? No, I don't have salt.
Stay the hell off my starship. Gotta get salt. Time's running.
The grizzled driver jams into reverse and jerkily pulls free of the wrecked guardrail. Terry steps in front of the rig.
Wait, at least you gotta give me your insurance information, pal.
The rig creeps past him, a clamp rattling on the trailer.
Hey, one of your clamps is loose. You'll lose your load.
Terry walks after him. The driver hits his horn and turns into the roadway. A car approaches up the hill from behind.
What's your son of a bitch hurry?
Air brakes slam on. The car screeches to a halt. One of 2 children in the back seat flies into the front. The woman, car driver, 40, glares at Terry, who stands amazed.
What's he doing? I've got my grandkids here.
Terry moves aside and shrugs.
Wish I knew. Keep 'em safe, lady.
She pulls around the rig. Terry trots up and walks alongside the tractor. It brakes. Terry's point of view, close on the tractor's license. The air horn sounds. Terry's hand swipes the dirt off, and a Montana license plate, MT2535, appears. The image wavers. Terry hops aside and presses his fingers against his forehead to clear his vision. He mouths the license number to himself. The driver hits the air horn again. He yells unheard curses through the closed window as he pulls out. Terry shakes his head and takes the fire extinguisher back to his rig.
And the nation's highways are just a little less safe tonight, folks.